Okay. So what view does your bedroom window, that particular window, have of the yard outside and the house next to you?
It's our side window to his, or our side yard to the side of his house. So
Okay.
you can see the back deck, his rear window, side door, his backyard.
Okay, so you're referring to your next door neighbor's house.
Yes.
All right, and when you say the defendant, do you see that person here today?
Yes.
And for the record, would you describe where he's sitting and what he's wearing?
Behind the defense counsel wearing a black suit and a blue shirt.
Okay, I would ask that the record reflect this witness has identified the defendant.
Any objection?
None, Your Honor.
Record should reflect the defendant's been identified.
Thank you. So you said you went over to the window and you saw the defendant with Meatball. Who's Meatball?
Mastiff, his pet dog.
His pet dog? Okay, were you familiar with the defendant somewhat from living next door to him?
Yes.
And do you recall roughly how long he lived next to you?
No, within a year.
Okay. And that is also on Flower?
Yes.
I'm sorry, the defendant's house is also on Flower?
Yes.
Okay. Can you describe the house briefly?
Single story with an attic, basement, brick home all the way around, single lot.
Okay, thank you. So when you looked out, specifically, and you saw the defendant with his dog, what did you see, if anything?
I seen him walk up to the dog. He grabbed him by his face, kind of looked him in his eyes. I thought maybe there was the issue with the dog. He grabbed him by his choker chain, pulled up on the choker chain, kind of walked him over towards the center of the deck, switched to his right, threw him on the ground, straddled him, put one knee on either side of him. I assumed he was choking on something. While he had him on the ground, he opened that's what I call the hammer fist, balled fist, and hit him at least 3 times.
Let me ask you, when you say ground, do you mean like
Sorry, the deck.
the deck? Is the deck attached to the house?
Yes, it is.
Okay, go ahead.
I seen him hit, it was 2 or 3 times he probably hit him. Again, like, at first I thought the dog was in trouble.
You thought, I'm sorry?
I thought the dog was in trouble. Originally I thought he was in trouble, until I seen him hit him. I texted my fiance and told her what I thought I saw, and then I set the phone down in the windowsill and hit record. That's when the recording started.
Okay. And so you took video, basically using your phone through your window?
Yes.
Was your window open?
No.
Or, let me clarify. Go ahead.
The glass window was shut. The blinds were open, the glass window was shut.
Okay.
So I set the phone on the lip of the window where the camera pointed out, kind of adjusted it while it was filming.
All right, and this was in February?
Yes.
Okay. Did you take one video or multiple?
Multiple.
For approximately how long did you record the behavior? Estimate.
On and off, probably 15 minutes.
Okay. So is it fair to say, based on your testimony today, that you saw the defendant hurting the dog and then that caused you to start recording?
Yes. That's exactly what happened.
Okay. And had you actually met him before this day?
Yes.
Did you have any trouble with him at all?
I had none. I had no trouble with him or the dog.
Okay. And at this point, I am going to ask for the video to be played, or at least the files to be shown to this witness through the screen.
Any objection, counsel?
None, Your Honor.
Okay. Want number 1 first?
Yes, but just one moment. Sir, looking at the screen there, do you actually recognize any numbers or letters that are on there next to the video file?
The top one say 127.
You want to step closer,
Yeah.
sir? If you want to, you can step closer if you'd like.
That should be video 1, duration of 3 minutes and 27 seconds. Video 2, duration of 0.55 seconds. Video 3, duration of 1 minute and 10 seconds. Video 4, duration of 5 minutes and 28 seconds.
Okay, and sir, did you yourself label those files?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and you named them?
Yeah, they're
1, 2,
chronological order.
Okay, all right. So At this point, that's an accurate representation of how you labeled those videos?
Yes.
On that day, February 19th?
Yes.
All right. I would ask that video 1 be played, please. And Officer Green, could you pause 1 moment, please?
Sure.
Mr. England, is that a true and accurate representation of the setup that you saw that day through your window while you were videoing and watching the defendant with his dog?
One part of it, yes.
Okay. I know we haven't played much,
Yeah.
but at least looking at it, is that the video you took?
Yeah.
All right. Your Honor, I'd move for admission of at least video 1 at this point.
Without objection.
Hey, video 1 is admitted.
Okay, and...
Plaintiff's Exhibit 1, is that correct?
Yes, I would make the whole series of 4 Exhibit 1 if counsel stipulates to their admission, otherwise I can do it
Okay.
1 at a time.
Judge, I would stipulate that all 4 videos be, no objection to all 4 of
For
them.
the purpose of the exam only, we'll list them all as Exhibit 1.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead, Ms. Sporer.
And if Officer Green would kindly press play. And Your Honor, since 2 through 4 have also been admitted, I would ask that if Court Officer Green would be willing to continue to play 2 through 4, probably the quickest way.
Counsel?
None, Your Honor.
Thank you. That's the end of it, he's saying?
I believe that's correct, Your Honor, so I have no problem if counsel doesn't, not playing it to the end.
No objection, Judge.
Go ahead, Ms. Goldberg.
Thank you. Mr. England, I know it was a while ago, but can you remember roughly how much time in between each stopping and starting of your videoing?
Yeah, there might have, one of them might have been an extended period. I got on the phone. My girlfriend called me. Most of them were a start and stop, and I was trying to get dressed and get the kids, put the dogs away and get the kids ready for me to leave. Most of them were within a minute. They
Okay.
should have been on and off, or
And if you say extended, do you mean a matter of roughly?
2 or 3 minutes
Okay.
at max.
At the most?
Yeah,
Okay. And the dog in the video, is that the dog you recognize as Meatball?
yes,
And the person in the video, is that the person you recognize to be the defendant?
yeah, with hair.
Okay, so he had more hair in the video
Oh, yeah,
and facial hair?
yes.
Okay. So after you saw this, did you contact the police department?
I actually started driving up here.
Okay.
My fiance is the one who called. She knew that I was driving up here, so she called the police.
Okay.
By the time I got here, the desk person told me that they had already sent somebody to the house. So
Okay.
I turned around when I got there and waited for the cops to come.
Okay, so did they arrive at your house?
Yes,
All right, and you spoke with them?
yes,
And did you give them, did you send them a copy of the video you took?
yes I did. I showed them when they got to the house, I showed them the video on my phone. And then I emailed them the copies.
Okay. Did you change, alter, or modify the video footage in any way?
I did not.
Are you able, when you're standing in your backyard, to see the back of the defendant's entire house?
Yes.
And what is it made of?
Brick and a wood porch.
A
I'm
wood-
not sure. The windows might be aluminum sided.
Okay, so when you say a wood porch, you meant the deck,
Yeah, sorry. There's a wood deck and it's a brick face.
but the house itself is brick?
Yes. And there's a good, I'll say 5 to 7 feet between the edge of the house and the first window. It's all brick where they were standing in most of the videos.
All right. And at some point, did you send the video out to anyone besides the police department?
Yes, it is.
And who was that to?
Detroit Picker.
And is that someone you work for or affiliated in any way with?
It is not.
It is not?
It is not.
Okay, and what was the reason for sending it?
Contacted the police on Friday. I was told they were going to pick him up, question him. I was worried about the dog. They didn't pick him up nor question him. Called him back Friday. They said they'd send somebody out. Nobody came out. Tried calling up Saturday to get an answer and heard nothing Saturday. Got in touch with Pit Crew. Told her I wanted to hold off on giving. She wanted the video. I told her, let me give the police a chance to do the job. So I had the ability to Monday. I tried calling back up here and talking to someone. It was still an investigation.
Okay, but what was your concern? Why were you trying to
Then-
let someone know about this?
The dog.
What do you mean?
I hadn't seen him since Friday.
The dog?
Yeah. Since the last time that he walked in the house, we just saw it on video. I hadn't seen the dog as of Monday night.
Okay.
Tuesday morning. So that's why I didn't know what happened to the dog. The cops didn't come over and investigate. They didn't see the dog. I didn't see the dog.
At least that you knew of.
Yeah. While I was there. At least I didn't see him while I was home.
Okay. So you were worried about if the dog was seriously injured or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, after what I just witnessed.
Okay.
And not seeing him come back outside of the house, either the kids or my girlfriend or me were home majority of the time and never seen him all weekend. I feared for the worst.
Okay. Fair enough. I have no further questions at this time, Your Honor.
Cross-examination?
If I may, Mr. England, in video one, there appears to be another dog besides Meatball
Yes.
in the video. Is that your dog?
Yep.
Okay. Now, you indicated you were in your bedroom on the day in question?
Yes.
And was this a Friday?
Yes.
Roughly about 4:30?
Yep.
Obviously, we didn't hear any sound on this video. Did you hear something that drew your attention to Mr. Sporer's backyard?
Yeah.
Describe what you heard. Was it barking? Was it...
I heard the dog outside in the video barking. mostly the dog that was inside the house. I had 2 more dogs in the room with me. One sits and stares out the window. One heard my dog barking and also got kind of excited, which led me to look out the window.
Okay, so you heard your dogs barking, so you looked out the window to see pretty much what they were barking at, is
Yes.
that correct? How long were you looking out that window before you saw anything that drew your attention?
Immediately.
Okay. And the very first thing you saw that was not on the video, correct?
Yes.
How long did you observe Mr. Sporer before you began taking out your cell phone and attempting to videotape this incident?
Maybe 2 minutes.
Okay. Now, did you hear Mr. Sporer say anything during the course of this incident?
No, I didn't.
Okay. You indicated you heard your dogs bark. Did you hear any other dogs barking?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So you didn't hear Meatball barking at all at this point in time,
No.
correct?
I've never heard him bark.
Now, you can observe that Mr. Sporer has a deck coming off his back door, is that correct?
Yes.
And you're his neighbor. Have you ever seen any cats in either your backyard or Mr. Sporer's backyard?
No.
And didn't see any on that day?
No, I did not. I've never seen a cat around the house.
What time did you get home from work that day?
Maybe 2:33. I left work early.
Now, when Mr. Sporer's actions first drew your attention, did you say anything to him or attempt to stop or go out and do anything on your own?
No, I didn't.
Okay. And you've seen Mr. Sporer in the backyard with this animal prior to these occasions, correct?
Yes.
And never saw anything that would have drew your attention to him, is that correct?
No.
Seemed like you took care of the dog?
As far as I could tell.
Now, you indicated that the video wasn't altered in any sort of way, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. There seemed to be a portion in the first video where it seemed to skip. Do you know if any parts were deleted at all, or was that one continuous?
Should have been all continuous. It was probably hardware on the computer. Trying to run a video off a flash drive through a media player probably throws a lag in the viewing.
Now, was it your girlfriend who had contacted the police department?
Yes.
Okay. And what time, was she with you the entire time?
She was not. She was at work.
When did she arrive?
It was after the police had already been there.
Now, at some point in time, you left to go up to the police department?
Yes.
Okay. Took your dogs with you?
No.
Took the children with you?
No.
Left the children home alone?
Yes.
How old are the kids?
Does it matter for this context?
Just was asking.
Yeah.
Unless there's an objection, you really need to answer this question.
Sorry, Judge, I was getting there. I do believe it's irrelevant, and anything family-related wouldn't be appropriate or relevant to this particular inquiry.
Your response?
Judge, I was just trying to see if there are other potential witnesses, the age of these
I
children.
think that would be a proper question, but I agree with counsel that it's really not relevant to this, so I'm going to sustain the objection.
Let me ask you, how old are the children who you reside with?
Well, same objection.
Yeah, it's the same objection.
All right, let me ask this.
So I'm going to sustain the objection. Let's move on.
Do you know if anyone else there was able to view this incident that was present in the house with you?
No, I'm the only one.
Now, you made this video. How did you become familiar with Detroit Pit Rescue?
I was referred from a friend.
Okay. What was the name of this friend?
Katie Gailey.
What was it?
Katie Gailey.
Okay. And you referred to someone as she wanted the video. Who was that individual?
The lady that runs Detroit Picking.
Okay. And when officers arrived on that day, do you recall what Eastpointe police officers you spoke with at all?
The vicar was a responding officer. I'm not sure who the second one was.
Okay, and had a brief conversation with them at that point in time, is that correct?
Yes.
Did they ask you for the video then?
Yes.
Did you provide it with
I
them?
emailed it to him.
Okay. Prior to giving it to the Detroit Pit Rescue?
Yes.
Okay.
I emailed to the officer's vicar's email on Friday night. Detroit Picker got it Monday, Tuesday.
I have nothing further.
Can we redirect?
Brief, thank you. Mr. England, how long can you remember the Meatball living there with the defendant, best of your recollection, before this happened?
3 months.
Okay. As you watched, before you videoed and while you